This off. Hi, thank you everyone so much for being here. My name is Rita Fleming, and I'm excited to co-host this call today. We're just going to be talking about nutrition, quality of food, and I'm just really excited about this community and what we're sharing here because the stories that we're hearing on a daily basis of how this is impacting people's lives, specifically just adding in live nutrient dense foods in to our bodies on a daily basis in a simple way is really profound. And it's a solution that I'm honored to be sharing and talking about. And it's a solution that I feel like we really need more access to. 95% of Americans are not receiving the proper amount of fresh fruits and veggies on a daily basis. And we're also dealing with nutrient depletion in our country due to the fast farming practices that we have, which really deplete the soil of their nutrients. And so today we're going to talk about easy solutions on how we can really address that. So my name's Rita. I got into this incredible community a few years ago. My background is in regenerative health, and I became a regenerative health specialist because I was looking for solutions to heal my body and regenerate my body after dealing with chronic pain for over 10 years from a car accident. And so it wasn't until I found this education about regenerative health that I was actually able to get out of chronic pain, which is really amazing. So that's one of the reasons I'm so passionate about sharing this information, is that so many people are struggling on a day in and day out basis, whether that's dealing with bloating, dealing with pain, not sleeping, not properly absorbing their nutrients or having access to it. And we're here to really provide solutions. So I want to bring on my dear friend Julie, who just had an amazing health transformation. And Julie, I would just love to hear, how has this transformation, this 30-day lifestyle transformation impacted your life, and what were some of the goals that you had going into it?
Well, thank you, Rita. Hi, everyone. I'm Julie. I'm a dental hygienist. I work usually 3 to 4 days a week from 8 to 5, and I have limited time to really take care of myself. So, when I first was introduced to this program by a friend who is also one of our brand partners, I was noticing how amazing her shares were on Instagram and Facebook, and how I was like, "What is she doing? That's so different. Oh my gosh, I need to check this out." And definitely, I learned a lot from the value that she shared. So that struck me, and I have been using different programs to help reduce weight and to help reduce bloating and to feel more like comfortable in my body, and nothing really seemed to work. And the last products that I tried was just doing juicing with medical medium, and cooking with vegetables and just having really clean diet, and I wasn't seeing really quite the same results that I wanted, which would have been weight reduction, but definitely sleep and feeling better in my body. And so when I started this product, I initially did it to support my friend, and I was like, I'll see what happens, because I've loved cleansing. I've done many cleanses in the past. I've done diet control type things in the past. So what's one more thing, right? So I just wanted to give it a try. And within 2 weeks, I lost 7 pounds, and I noticed a reduction in bloating. And within 3 weeks, I was to 10 pounds. And then after the full 30 days, I had lost 15 pounds. And what's really amazing is that not only did I lose weight and could fit into the jeans I hadn't fit into in over 13 years, I am still at the same weight. I'm 15 pounds less than what I mean. I've done all these things before in the past where I've eliminated eating clean and juicing, and it doesn't maintain. So this is the difference. And not to mention how much I really love the product, how easy it is, how I can start my day in the morning with the amino acids and the protein shake. and the biomedic. And then I'm good until now. It's lunchtime. I'm ready to eat. I'm not starving, but I'm ready to eat. And I'll go home, and after I've had my really healthy lunch, which will be like a salad, and I'll go home tonight and I will have a very simple meal and I'll be completely satisfied. And so this is what's been life changing for me. And now I'm a brand partner and I love it and it's helping my life and I love helping people. And it has been life changing, life transforming for me, for people to see me look different and feel different. I think one of the first things that people see if they haven't seen me in a long time, they say, Julie, your skin looks so much better. Like, wow, you noticed that. Thank you. So yeah,
I
that's my
love
story.
I love that, Julie, and it's been amazing to watch your transformation, and you are glowing. And we were talking yesterday, and it was beautiful to just hear how you said your confidence has really grown throughout this process. And I thought that was a beautiful takeaway, and it
I,
just,
I share a little bit about that confidence too.
please,
That's
please.
kind of interesting is that I had this humongous goal to, I am 58 years old and raised a family and went through a divorce and have had to work to sustain myself. And I've always wanted to travel to Europe. And I just got back from a 3-week trip to Europe. And I'll tell you, this company has helped me because I had the extra surplus to feel confident in being able to go. And not to mention, I had the confidence in being able to walk. Sorry, my battery's low. To walk everywhere because in Europe, you have to walk. And I had the stamina and the energy and even fought off COVID during that time. And yeah, that's where the confidence, being able to take on such an amazing trip and even the hardships of it, I overcame. And I'm better for it now. I'm a different person on the other side. I love it.
I love that. I love that. And I also loved how you were just sharing the ease and accessibility of this program. Because, I mean, have you ever felt depleted or restricted? You felt
Never.
you felt nourished and
Never.
sustained. Yeah.
I noticed I was going through a transformation for sure, but never hungry. And if
Yeah.
I was hungry, I took care of myself. I would have more shake or I would have a flex meal or I would introduce something that would satisfy me. But it didn't have to be like, yeah, I didn't feel compelled to have something not good for me, like go back to the junk food stuff.
Mhm, mhm. And then just the ease and the time that it saves as well
Absolutely.
is pretty amazing.
Absolutely. Thank you. Ease and time. Absolutely. And that is something I tell all my customers because they're like, what do you mean? I don't have to eat? And I'm like, you eat. You just are eating differently and you're getting everything you need. So that's why it feels better.
Yeah, I love it. Well, thank you, Julie, for sharing your story. It's just been incredible to watch your transformation in your health and everything, confidence, all of it, and then sharing this. So thanks for being here.
Thanks for inviting me, Rita.
Love you.
I won't be able to stay because I have to go have my lunch. So thank you all. I
Yes.
hope to see you soon.
Thanks for joining us on your lunch break.
All righty. I'm going to listen in. You take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay. And I want to pass it off to my sister, Mary Beth. We work together in this incredible community and just wanted you to share, Mary, a little bit about your story and more of the details on our transformation program.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rita. And Julie, I'm so happy for you. And I just want to highlight, I think that's really the difference of what we're trying to do here. I know that there's a lot of diet culture surfacing all the time, and it's not necessarily super sustainable for people. People are always looking for the next diet or the next way to feel the best because the last thing they kind of phased out of. And that's something that we're really trying to shift with this company and with the work we do. We are really trying to just advocate for people taking these daily healthy lifestyle steps. And yeah, it starts with 30 days, but that's just where it starts. And then when you start to sustain yourself and nourish yourself on a daily basis, so many other things start to happen. Like for Julie, the confidence levels, and like there's just a kind of a snowball effect of things that can happen when you really maintain on this consistency. And so we're shifting a lot from like focusing on the dieting culture and more on this idea of like, no, don't deprive yourself, actually fully nourish yourself and see what happens when you do that and in a long-term basis. And for myself, my story is, I've been in the health field with my sister for like 15 years. We've done a lot of experimenting, a lot of research, a lot of education. And, I was able to really get out of some chronic illnesses that I had as a kid. And in my early 20s felt really amazing. And it was all because of just focusing on this lifestyle, this healthy living lifestyle, not dieting, not deprivation, but nourishment and whole food living. And, trying to grow my own food and buying organic and, searching out for organic botanicals and wildcrafted herbs and these things and incorporating them into my diet. And I felt really, really great. But it was about 3.5 years ago when I was 13 months postpartum with my first son that I started to kind of get in this depletion stage. My nails were brittle, they were falling out, my hair was starting to fall out, my energy levels were low, I wasn't getting good sleep. And, I was like many moms, postpartum moms that just thought, oh, this is the new normal. But I thought it shouldn't be the new normal. I'm like really healthy. And if this is happening to me, I can't imagine how many moms are suffering out there from postpartum depletion who, are in the diet culture or just eating standard American diet or, not on this like sustainable, healthy path. So that's when I started to search a little bit deeper for solutions of what could I be missing. And that's when I came across Purium and learned about the difference between food that is grown in really, really quality, healthy soils and food that is grown in soil that's been grown in multiple times and is actually really devoid in the minerals and nutrients we need. Only 1% of the soils in America are deemed nutritious anymore. Like they actually have sufficient levels of vitamins and minerals in them. And that means 99% of our soils are depleted, which means probably 99% of our population is depleted on some level because there's a correlation between the nutrients in your soil that gets converted to your food that gets converted to the human. And so one thing I loved about Purium is I just started learning about kind of these extra regenerative principles of even moving beyond organic farming and moving into this concept of putting more into the soil than you're taking out of it. So again, you can maintain sustainable long-term health for the planet and for the people. And so I recognized that that was probably some key component I was missing. And then the other piece was over toxicity. We live in a society where we're exposed to a lot of environmental toxins, and especially in our food and agriculture system, there's a massive amount of herbicides and pesticides sprayed in GMO crops. And one herbicide that is very prevalent is glyphosate, which 98% of Americans test positive for it in their tissues of their cells and in their gut microbiome, which is really wreaking havoc and causing us, one, to not absorb our nutrition, and two, to be more susceptible to, viruses and pathogens and things coming in, and less nutrients absorption, like I said. So Purium is also the company we work with. Really, one of our biggest missions is to help get the word out about glyphosate and how it's in 75% of our rainwater. It's on over 70% of our crops. It can even leak into organic farms. And it's really something that's prevalent. They're finding glyphosate in the umbilical cords of babies before they even come into this world. And so their immune system is compromised before they even get a chance. And so we're really on a mission to educate about this and then share solutions of how to get it out of your body. And our company is actually the only company that has certified, third-party tested, clinically trialed product to pull glyphosate out of your system so you can start absorbing your nutrients and start getting some of these environmental toxins out. So when I started incorporating these nutrients that I'm going to go over, it was literally being on them for 2 months consistently that I had my aha moment. Like right away, I started to feel better. Slowly, I felt my energy levels. I was sleeping better. I noticed subtle things, but it was around 2 months where I really noticed like, whoa, my nails aren't breaking anymore. Wow, my hair is like feeling fuller. And people were saying the same thing to me, Julie, wow, look at your skin, and I had that moment of like, oh, I feel really nourished. Like I was just depleted. And so I'm on a mission to be out there and help as many people just feel super nourished in their being, because when we're nourished, we can then nourish others and we can nourish our relationships and nourish our passions and do all that. So the program I'm going to explain that helped me get really nourished is what we all this lifestyle that we all live. We all eat whole food, organic diets as best as possible, and then incorporate these nutrients to make sure we're getting, the additional add-ins that we might be missing from our soils, from the food we're buying at the grocery store, etc. So the first and special is our power shake. I don't know if you guys can see this. I keep it in a stainless steel container, but super green, vibrant. You can actually see the little green crystals in there. And this is just sun and wind dehydrated whole food nutrients. There's sprouted grains in there. There's wheatgrass. There's barley grass, like all these really rich, mineral rich foods. And you just add it in water and drink it. And this alone has like 96% of the nutrition you need in a day. So for the kiddos out there, if they don't like their green foods, just give them some of this and then they'll be getting their nutrients. And the beauty about it being dehydrated when it's raw like that is that it maintains the raw enzymes. And when you add water, it actually like brings the food back to life. So it's the next best thing to, picking a fresh fruit off the tree right here in this bag. Or this bottle. The next thing that we have is our Super Aminos 23, which are plant-based amino acids. It's the cleanest form and source of protein that you can actually get, where your body absorbs it in less than 23 minutes. And it has a 99% net utilization, which is huge because a lot of the complex proteins people are consuming on a daily basis, they're maybe absorbing anywhere from like 18 to 45% of that. And a lot of the other just gets lost. It either gets, peed out or gets kind of stuck in the body and starts to cause other issues of acidity and things like that. So this is very clean protein. As a nursing mom, it's the first thing I take in the morning. As an athlete, it's what I take right before I work out. And I just feel that surge of energy almost immediately because of how utilized your body can, or how much your body can utilize it. And another important note to know about glyphosate is that when it gets into our systems, into our gut microbiome, it actually starts to inhibit our body from absorbing amino acids. So there are 9 essential amino acids that you can't get from food that you need to get, there are 9 essential amino acids that your body can't produce and you have to get from food. And if you're eating food and you have glyphosate in your system, your body may not be absorbing those. And so these aminos kind of, when you pair it with our biomedic, they kind of fill that gap and make it a full circle. So that's our next product is the biomedic. It comes in a nice little package like this. All of our products come in recycled packaging. Our aminos are the only thing left in plastic, which we are working to be 100% plastic-free company. Our owners have actually invented their own plastic-free bamboo and hemp packaging. So you peel the labels off these and bury them in your backyard when you're done, and they decompose. And the biomedic is what helps to get the glyphosate out. Like I was talking about, it's been clinically trialed. It's a revolutionary product that I personally feel like everyone needs to know about because many people don't even know how affected they could be by glyphosate. And the studies show that pretty much everyone is affected. So this is a rather pressing issue that we need to tell people we have a solution for getting this out of our body so we can get really vibrant and healthy. And for me personally, when I started taking the biomedic, I really noticed a huge shift in my hormones and in my moods because the biomedic gets in there and it starts helping our neurotransmitters to reconfigure, which affects our hormones. And when you start to really rebalance that gut microbiome, you start to find more neutrality in your body, which can affect your mood, your serotonin levels, your dopamine levels. And so for me, ever since taking the biomedic, I've had the most stable moods I've ever had in my life. And that was something I kind of struggled with as a kid. And I've also been through the postpartum pregnancy journey, and I feel really stable in my hormones and my moods, which is amazing because my gut health is improving. So, and then the last one we have is our tart cherry concentrate. And it's 100% organic tart cherry. You just pour it in some water before bed. And what it does is tart cherries are the only food that contain naturally occurring melatonin. So when you drink it, it encourages your body to produce melatonin. And melatonin is what helps us sleep deeper and get into that REM sleep. And the studies show that that REM sleep is when your body actually rejuvenates, when your kidneys are able to filter out, waste, when your adrenals are able to take a break, when your organs and your tissues are able to regenerate. And so it's very important to get that deep sleep. And many people in our culture, because of the fast-paced lifestyle, the electronics, the stress, many people aren't getting REM sleep, and it's really causing a lot of anxiety, stress, and even, chronic illnesses. So we find that sleep is a very important component to focus on. And the tart cherries are also amazing for supporting your kidneys so you can get waste out of your body and focus on replenishing with real optimal nutrition. So that's the basic program. And, if you want to just kind of dabble, you can get started on what we call the Core 4 plus Immune, which we also have this amazing zinc aid, which is 100% whole food. All of our stuff is whole food, no fillers, binders, chemicals, any of that. It's just 100% whole food, dehydrated. And this has vitamin A, E, D, C, and E, and zinc. And so if you're trying to build a strong immune system, if you're just trying to, stay healthier, fight the random cold, these kinds of things, this is really good to incorporate as well. And you can just do that basic Core 4 program with the zinc aid once a day and just start incorporating it and see how you feel getting this additional level of nutrition in. And then if you're feeling like you would like to take a deeper step, we have a program where we start with 30 days. Most of us go for at least 90 to give it a really good shot and see it play out. And this is where you would take those nutrients and you incorporate into your diet twice a day. And you actually add in our super cleanser, which is our deep colon cleanser, a mixture of Ayurvedic herbs that helps, filter out some of the molds, the yeast, the parasites, and other things that might be adding to some chronic dis-ease within the body. So it's a really simple program. It's a really easeful program. It's so easy I'm traveling right now. I just bring it all with me in my little containers, and it's really, really amazing solutions to have, especially when you're on the go and a busy mom. So that's that. I don't know if you want to add a little bit more about that, Rita, but I'm going to pass it back off to you to also tell a little bit about our fruit and veggie pack and our mission there as well.
Thank you so much, Mary. Yeah, this program that Mary was talking about, what I love about it is it's just so simple and easy, and I know that I'm getting everything that I need in my day. And like Mary, I just travel with it. And I want to talk to you about our fruit and veggie pack. And the reason that we created this is because 90% of Americans are not getting the recommended amount of fresh fruits and veggies on a daily basis. And a quote from the CDC is, very few Americans eat the recommended amount of fruits and vegetables every day, putting them at risk for chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease. And as a result, we're missing out on the essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber that fruits and veggies provide. So what we wanted to do is create easy accessibility. One of the big hindrances is that there's not enough access to fresh fruits and veggies in some places. And other places, it's just, we don't know what to do with it. We don't want to make recipes. I personally do juice on a regular basis, but that takes a lot of time, a lot of energy. You go to the farmer's market, you pick out all the fresh produce, and then you juice it, and then you clean up, and it's a big production. Whereas our fruit and veggie pack is all of the whole food, fresh fruits, fresh veggies, juiced grasses, algae. It's the whole spectrum of colors, of phytonutrients, and it's really sun food. So it is living. It's wind dehydrated on the farm at 85 degrees. It's picked vine ripened. It's grown in these nutrient dense soils. It's grown in soil that's 96 feet deep of topsoil, which I've never even heard of. That's amazing. So you know that you're getting that nutritional quality. And the green spectrum, this is like a 3-kit pack. It comes with the green spectrum, the biofruit, and the aloe digest. And it's only $3 a day for 3 drinks a day, which I don't know of anything that is that affordable. And it's all very high quality and beyond organic. So the green spectrum, it has the whole spectrum of greens, which is really amazing for building your skin, your bones, strengthening. It's very alkalizing. And that was the key component when I was working on regenerating my body and getting out of chronic pain. The number one thing was getting the body alkaline, because alkalinity starts to address that inflammation, that acidosis. It basically acts like a fire hydrant to a fire, the fire being inflammation. So getting these alkaline nutrients also have your alkaline minerals, which really contribute to that rebuilding of the body, the skin, the bones, the connective tissue. And so this has your sea plants, your juiced field grasses, your garden vegetables, and it's easily and directly absorbed into the body and living once you add that water to it. And then your biofruit, this is full of incredible antioxidant rich fruits, and again, containing the full spectrum of different colors, and all the different colors have different properties that are beneficial. And this is also really amazing for the brain and the nervous system, cleaning up the lymphatic system and just cleaning up the body overall. And so I love this. It's also really amazing for beauty and skin, and has tons of not only antioxidants, but vitamin C for immune support. So I just do a scoop of these and the Aloe Digest all together in a drink, and it's delicious. And like Mary, I'm also traveling, so it's just easy and efficient, and can have a picnic anywhere with it. And then it comes with the Aloe Digest, and that's our gut support. And Mary was talking about how important our gut health is, and that really is the foundation of health. And so this also helps with that absorption. And it's also a really amazing solution, because the most consumed over the counter drug in America is antacids. And this is a natural antacid with the Aloe Digest in there. And so it's soothing, it's cooling, and just really amazing how that helps people with their digestion and helps to address indigestion and address those acids. So if you're looking for an alternative to antacids, this is incredible, and supporting the gut. So just mix those three together and you have your shake. You can do it, 1 to 3 times a day. But again, you're just getting everything that you need. And the most important difference that I notice is when I'm getting these living foods into my body, I just have way more energy. It increases your cellular energy, your cellular ATP. And again, it has those alkaline minerals, which helps to address that inflammation in the body. So really important. And again, grown in nutrient dense soils, and that's where the medicinal properties of the plants come from. So to me, we cannot consume enough fresh fruits and veggies in a day, because they have so many incredible properties, but this just ensures that you're getting enough in on a daily basis.
Yeah, beautiful, Rita. And I am such a fan of the fruit and veggie pack, because the 30-day transformation, like we were starting with, or I was talking about, is really only like $11 a day, which is still super affordable. The core 4 is $6 a day. And then you get this fruit and veggie pack, and you can get 30 plus organic fruits and veggies for $3 a day. Like, I don't know where else that is accessible. So that's really our goal here, is we are just in promotion of more people eating more good food, so we can all feel more nourished and really live our passions. Because when you feel good, you do good, right? And Robert Urich, one of my favorite quotes, he always says, is a healthier outside starts with a healthier inside. So this is just one of the things that we can do to support a healthier community and a healthier culture, in general. And that's where we're going to kind of segue this conversation into. For us, the conversation isn't only about physical health, but it's also about financial health, emotional health, spiritual health, all of those components that really make up a whole person and a whole living, vibrant life, like Rita was talking about. And so one of the things I love about this community is that we have an opportunity to actually build a business here with Purium as well. The owners of this company really saw a vision for when they've been around for 30 years. It's been an organic superfood company for 30 years, trying to serve people high quality food. And they noticed, when they were trying to go more of the traditional route of, paying the big dollar marketing price for eye level shelf products in health food stores and doing the Amazon thing, they realized that, they weren't necessarily serving the people as best as they wanted, because we're inundated with products all the time. We're inundated with, here, try this all the time. And what really makes the difference is when you hear someone's story, when you hear someone's personal testimony, how it's changed their lives, or, how they've incorporated it into their lives. And they wanted to create a model where they weren't just trying to market another thing to people that people were trying to figure out what it is, but they wanted everyday people who are benefiting from these products, who are feeling the health in their lives, to be able to, build a business and be the ones that share about it, be the spokesperson for the lifestyle because they're living the lifestyle. And in return, get a financial benefit from that too, and be able to build a business. So the way that this business works is, if you love the product, if you're on it, or if you're interested in learning about building a secondary stream of income, we get these little discount codes. So if you're on this call and someone invited you to this call and you want to give the products a try, you just reach back out to your friend and they have a special discount code for you. And you use that code, you're going to get a discount, 20% discount on your purchase of your product, which is amazing for you. And then your friend is also going to get a little bit of a kickback for being the person that shared it with you, right? So it's a very mutually beneficial relationship. And, when you start this business, it can start with just sharing a few gift code cards with your friends and family, people you really want to see nourished by these products. And then for myself, when I started and I started feeling the effects and saw the potential of this company and the mission that we're on, not only to support organic farming and regenerative farming, but uplift people and their health and their wealth, I really took the business to that next step. And that's where you also start to find teammates and build your own community of people who feel passionate about this, who feel in alignment with this mission, and they too start to build a business. And then you get to create this very collaborative kind of mentorship situation within your own business, where you're building a team of other people who are sharing with their communities and so on and so forth. And it becomes a model that can grow exponentially. For myself, when I started this business, I was a single mom. I just had my first son. I was in a process of trying to get my husband over from Guinea, West Africa, which turned into this like 2-year long immigration battle, very expensive thing. And I was working 4 jobs, just trying to make ends meet, paying for the immigration process, the new baby we had. And I was tired. I was exhausted. I was an entrepreneur, but I was exhausted and I wasn't having a ton of success because I just had too many hands in too many pots. And when I found this model and I thought to myself, well, hey, this is already something that I love to do. I already share health and wellness anyway. I'm loving the products that I'm on. If I can, build a business from home with my kid and not have to, send them babysitters and do these things, and doing something I love, like, why not give it a try? And so I quickly kind of ran with this business. Rita became one of my sister became one of my business partners, like out of the gate. And we just started building this community and really supporting this mission. And within 2 years, I was able to build a 6-figure income here with this business, which to me is incredible because I had never imagined, I never even knew there was a platform where you could do that so quickly and also feel so good about what you're doing in the world. And, it's different for everybody. Some people do this very part-time. Some people take it a little bit more seriously. And that's the beauty of this business. You're your own boss. You get to do with it as you will. The impact you want to make is your decision. And if you decide that you really want to build, a pretty substantial income with this business and help a substantial amount of people, you can do that here. We have tons of mentorship, tons of training, tons of community, and so on and so forth. So before I get into all those details, I want to bring on a friend who also became part of my community, an amazing teammate that I met through another friend who brought this teammate on, Amy, and she's going to share a little bit about how not only the products, but how this business has transformed her life as well. What she was doing as compared to what she's doing now, and kind of the vision that it's helped open up for her in her life. So Amy, I would love to bring you on.
Thank you, Mary Beth. Thanks for having me on. It's been an honor to get to know you, and I'm just so happy to have you as a mentor in my life. You've really inspired me. What I have been doing was graphic design and marketing for about 18 years. And what I found in that was it was a lot of politics, bosses, and it was hard. I was a art director in a marketing firm in Chicago and was actually working for a big pharma. That was my biggest client. And at that same time, I was really sick. I had been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I always had depression and anxiety and stuff. So it was kind of like everything just was so out of alignment. It was just weird. So I started kind of getting off of pharmaceuticals, and I started a sound company. Like, I really loved being an entrepreneur and working for myself. So that was great. Then COVID happened and my business shut down. And I had a partner and I was okay. So when I found this, my friend Libby called me and was asking me about needing a cleanse, and she had all these amazing results already. And she told me about the business and these matching bonuses, and I was like, well, she wanted to go on this trip, so I was like, all right, I'll just start this for you. And but after like 3 days of being on the products, I had such an amazing transformation. I was like, I had such an amazing time, so I just had to share right away, and ended up hitting those bonuses. And it was really cool that my friend was being paid to help me on with hit these bonuses and earn them myself too. So I had such that powerful story with my health and reversing fibromyalgia and stuff that I just kept sharing. But it's been recently that I've just kind of discovered that the bigger prize than the products is sharing the business and letting someone else pass this word around and like kind of just share even faster. So it's been a pretty powerful vehicle for inspiring me to do new things. Like, I'm going to school to be a regenerative health practitioner and just changing the whole trajectory of my life. I've been able to move out of Chicago to New Mexico and just really just create something that I love, and I love helping people. So this is just, I just see it getting bigger and bigger.
It's been so inspiring to watch your health journey, Amy. Perhaps we've actually interviewed you on your health journey on one of these calls before. So reach out if you want to hear that story, because it's pretty profound. And and then watching your wealth transformation too. And I think that's what happens for a lot of us when we start this business. We're like so invested in the products and we so believe in it. But then as we start to build this business, we start to realize, it's really hard in this society to be healthy if you don't have the money to sustain it. Like, it's just the way it's been set up. And so the opportunity to allow people an avenue to sustain themselves, not only to be on these products long term and feel that nourishment, but then to help other people do that and then make an income to up level their life at the same time, is really quite phenomenal. And for me, what I found the best product that we have is being able to uplift people in that way, because it's so much more of a holistic, bigger viewpoint. So I'd love to hear from you a little bit, Amy, about, I know your lifestyle has transitioned a lot too. Like, you don't work full time by any means building this business. I know you have created a really healthy balance with part-time hours, and then also not just building that healthy lifestyle with the food you're eating, but also the way you're spending your time. So would you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, when I moved out here, I didn't really even know I could ski. Like, I had been sick for 10 years. So I just started doing all these great things and regulating my nervous system outside in nature all the time. And I was able to like plan meetings and working around ski season this year. Skied 41 days. I mean, it's been really beautiful. It's transformed my health enough to do stuff I haven't been able to do. So I take full advantage of it. I don't ever want to be in an office again. So.
And I even know right before she got on this call, she was on a hike. Like, it really is this, again, snowball effect of when we start a healthy inside leads to a healthy outside in so many ways. So Amy, it's so awesome to partner with you. And I've also really loved cultivating a relationship with you. We never knew each other before this business. And that's part of what I love so much about this is it really does bring people together. And like you said, we're able to make a larger impact because we're doing it together. And it's just not one person trying to talk to one person a day, but it's a whole group of us talking to people and sharing. And so more lives are being impacted and changed in that way. So thank you. And I'm excited to see you continue to grow and build the vision for your life that you're crafting. So Rita, I'm going to pass it back to you a little bit and just so you can share too a little bit about how this business has transformed for you, because little side note, Rita was actually kind of like for the first 4 months when I started this business, she was a little bit like just watching me like, I don't really know what this thing is that she's doing. And she was just kind of like watching me. And then she finally said yes to the opportunity. And it's really transformed her life and our life as well. Through this business, we've actually been able to retire our mom, which was a dream of ours. And our mom now gardens all day and spend times with the grandkids. And it's all thanks to this beautiful business model. So Rita, I'm going to let you share.
Thanks, Mary. And thanks, Amy. Your story inspires me so much. And also just you as a business leader and professional and how many people you're helping. So just want to shout you out. And yeah, I just want to echo what you ladies are saying. I mean, as we saw in this last few years, we've, as a community, as a collective, as a, global perspective, we've faced so many challenges. And that also made us question, how can we rethink business? And does it make sense to be driving, X amount of miles, X amount of time to work every day? And I was just so grateful to have this business because it's allowed me to not only work from home, but right now I'm on a big road trip and I'm traveling and I'm visiting family. So it gives me this lifestyle freedom that I've always wanted. And my intention in really starting this business was back to my roots and passion of healing my own body and struggling with that for so many years, and then finding solutions and realizing like, wow, we do not have to struggle this much. There is education, there are tools, there are resources that aren't necessarily easy to come by. But this company makes it accessible. It's the bridge to really living a higher quality of life, not only physically and emotionally, but also financially. And when I was hosting retreats around the world, doing regenerative retreats, and also working with people one-on-one in my clinical practice, I was only able to help about 5 people a day in that practice. And it was also exhausting and draining. Whereas this, as a team, as a collective, we've helped thousands of people to transform their quality of life. And that feels amazing. So basically, the idea is, I can only light so many candles. If my candle is lit, I can turn around and light so many candles. But if those people turn around and light their candles and they turn around and light the candles of the person that's next to them, then suddenly you have this stadium that is completely lit up. And that's what we're trying to do here, is to share solutions, share education, help people to thrive more on every single level. And that also includes time freedom. So, just drop a 1 in the chat if you would like to have more time freedom in your life, or you would like more time to spend with your kids, or for self-care, or to do your passions, or to study and learn a new subject. And this business has really given that to me. Like Mary, I had multiple jobs that I was working before I started this business, and I was exhausted and I didn't have any free time, and I was also just paying the bills. Whereas this business model is so brilliant, it teaches you business. You don't have to be an entrepreneur coming into this. Your hand is held, you're given all of the tools, you're given everything that you need to be successful, and you're mentored and you're trained. So it's really a process of personal development. But what I love about it is because of this business model, because it teaches you how to be an entrepreneur, it also teaches you how to get out of that trading your hours for dollars paradigm, which is really not a sustainable paradigm that we live in. If you're just trading your hours for dollars, it's really hard to get ahead. It's really hard to invest in your future, and create a large enough savings to really build a specific project. And what I love about this business is it frees you up from that model and you can do it on your own hours. When I started, I was very, very part-time. I had like 2 hours a week to contribute to this. And like Mary said, have been able to grow it over these last few years and make a really substantial impact, the kind of impact that I want to make in the world. And I know, again, working so many of the other jobs that I have worked throughout my life, none of them were really deeply fulfilling. It was kind of working for somebody else and somebody else's mission and vision and dream. Whereas this is something that I'm so passionate about and believe in through and through, that it's just furthering my own personal mission as well. So yeah, linking arms with a community that's doing what I want to be doing, but we're able to do it so much more successfully as a collective. So it's impacted me in so many different ways, but for one, having that time freedom is huge. Like there's the book, The 4 Hour Work Week. And if you haven't read it, definitely check it out. But this business has allowed me to set up that lifestyle where now I can work for 4 hours a day and then give to my other passions and create an abundance of income and impact. So, really just dreaming bigger and stepping into a model that creates, many hands make light work, that creates more sustainability and is reciprocal for everyone. So that's one of the things that I love about this, besides all of just the incredible community who have become family. The owners, Dave and Amy, are also family, and just their heart and their passion and their dedication, and they've done all of the heavy lifting for us. I mean, the amount of work that they have put in to make these resources available to us, to bring like the highest quality nutrients available and the highest nutrient density foods available, and then to provide a business structure that allows the everyday person to thrive, and to contribute to it in the time that they want to, and take it as far as they want to, as far as your individual vision goes. I mean, it's just such a blessing. So, if you're tuning in and you want to learn more, just connect in and ask questions. But I so grateful I found this when I did, and it's a solution that I'd prayed for and didn't know existed. And I had been traveling for years, in Costa Rica and Hawaii, and was always looking for a solution like this. But I am so glad that 3 years ago Mary introduced it to me, and it's completely changed my life. And yeah, I'm seeing all of these chats in the comments, and I just am so grateful for this whole community, because every single person here has dramatically changed my life.
Yeah. And it's so cool, Rita, not only to mention, like, you literally get to pick the people you get to work with. Like, my sister is one of my, we are business partners through and through, and it's just so cool to be able to do that and work in that way. And there's a conversation I've been starting to have a lot about, this dollar for paradigm kind of ecosystem that we live in. And, what is residual income, and how do you build long-term wealth when you don't maybe have a lot of financial literacy in these things. And this is something that was all very new to me, new terminology when I started this business, knowing that I want to create a legacy for my children, knowing that I don't want to just be on the hamster wheel and barely getting by, but stepping into residual income, stepping into doing business in a regenerative way, in a way that is collaborative versus competitive. And that's what this business model has been for me. So I've been really opening up the conversation with people about this revenue ecosystem where, in this day and age, as we definitely saw with COVID, it's not the smartest move to have your eggs all in one basket, you know, even if you have a full-time job that you absolutely love, you have good benefits, you have great retirement plan, that's amazing. And also, you know, what we saw in COVID is many people randomly lost their jobs and different things. So it's definitely smart if you're looking in the future to think of things, okay, what else can I add into my revenue ecosystem so that if something happens, my income isn't totally stripped from me. And so that's what the social sharing economy allows. That's what this company allows, is you can do it as part-time or more full-time if you want. And the bigger you build this business, the bigger your team and community becomes, the more levels of revenue you're building, the more revenue ecosystem that you're building that is invested in people and systems that work. So it's really quite an amazing, it's like a conversation that I'm now like, wow, this is really fun to have, because I never even knew it existed. And so, you know, for those of you watching this call, that this might sound like new information. You know, gas prices are going up, food prices are going up. And if you're one of those people thinking, well, what am I going to have to skimp on my food, like the healthy food I'm buying because prices are going up? Well, I would encourage you to look for other solutions, because there are other solutions, like potentially incorporating a business like this that is in alignment with your core values, that you all can feel like you can get behind and slow, you know, start implementing that into your life to build this real monetary resiliency, right? So this is a bigger conversation, and that's why this is such an amazing business, because it really starts opening our eyes to those bigger conversations. And when we start having these bigger conversations, we start being able to dream bigger too. And that is one thing that I'll just end with saying why I love this company so much is really it's people dreaming again and finding a way by stepping out of that dollar per hour paradigm per se, and kind of building some residual income, building a community, feeling uplifted and supported enough to really dream big again and think about, what is the impact I want to leave in this world? What do I actually really want to do? So Purium for me has been a vehicle to really fulfill my deeper passions. And, you know, my husband is a West African musician. We're running a huge conference this whole week with West African musicians and integrating cultural integration into our community, and, you know, building a school and getting West Africa. And those are really my deep passions. And Purium is allowing me to have more time to spend on those. And so it's just an amazing way. I've become a much more solution oriented person because of this business. It's taught me to think outside of the box when there's something that's blocking you, or there's something that comes up that is unexpected or scary. There's usually another solution. And this business has a great way of opening our eyes to that, especially when you work with such amazing, collaborative, beautiful people like we have here. So if you want to learn more, again, you can actually start your business and get your nutrients at the same time. And if you order one of our transformation packs, you can get the business for free at the same time. And then as soon as you start the business, like Amy was saying, there's a handful of fast start bonuses that are available to you, which I highly suggest taking advantage of. There's an upwards of $3,500 just in bonuses that you can get in your first 3 months. And the coaching is there. I had never done peer-to-peer sharing. I'd never worked online before. All this was so new to me. And again, it's a system. There's a team, there's a community, there's mentors. The corporate Purium team, like the owners, they have an amazing training calls you can go to and educational calls you can go to. So you just kind of learn as you go. And it's really one of those where you earn as you learn and you grow as you go. So it's a beautiful metaphor for life. And if you have any interest in learning more, please reach back out to the person who invited you. They can share their gift code with you if you just want to get started on trying some of these nutrients. And then they can also share their gift code with you if you feel like this is a secondary stream of income that you would like to start incorporating and kind of dabble in this community and learn more about our bigger mission of what we're doing here. So thank you so much, everyone who shared. And Julie, I can't wait to actually meet you in person at our business retreat that we're having in October. And Amy's going to be there too. And I see quite a few people on this call that will be there. So that's beautiful. So please, if you have anyone that you want to share this recording with, please do. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for your time. Thank you guys who are all here in person. And Rita, anything else you want to close with?
Just thank you all so much. I'm endlessly grateful for this community and, you know, this larger mission that Dave and Amy have so beautifully rolled out for us. And thank you all for your time and energy today.
All right, and if you have additional questions, just definitely get back with the person who invited you. They can, they can even connect you to one of us and get on a call and really thoroughly talk about anything else that you're curious about. So, all right, everyone, have a beautiful day. Thank you for being here.